Alrighty guys, so here we are. This is my Norco Torrent, and I'm just gonna do a little bike check, kind of walk around this bike as well. Last week I did my Trans, so this week is the Torrent. So I'll ride it later and kind of tell you why I bought it and why it fits and how it fits with the trails I ride. So stock aluminum Torrent A2. We'll just came stock. I made a few changes. So one up grips, P&W range bars. These are the aluminum ones. I got these because they're supposed to be kind of more compliant with all the aluminum bars out there. The DD saddle, which actually I prefer that Cro-Mag saddle over this one, but this is also super comfortable. Got a P&W 200 mil dropper because the stock dropper went on my fat bike, and then the loam grip or the loam lever to match. Race face Chester pedals and a lizard skin chain guard. So that's the only changes I really made to it. And a SLX front rotor, a 203 instead of the 180 from factory. Yeah, so other than that, has the Dior 11-speed, same drivetrain as my Trans. It's an awesome drivetrain, and if you knock a derailleur or anything like that, it's not a $200 repair. It's like $80 to replace it. I did add a not a cush core, sorry. I got a tire insert in the back. Yeah. Anyways, just because it is a hardtail, I can run a little bit lower pressures and keep those rims safe. More as an insurance thing. I've never had any issues with the wheels, but yeah, I thought I'd give it a go. Next wheel or next set of tires, I'll probably ditch it and just see how it goes. Since the bike mostly sees Lethbridge. Other than that, it's got the Suntour Xeron front fork. It's a 150 mil, and that's a coil fork. But because it's a coil, its small bump compliance is really, really good. Takes the big hits well. I actually really like the fork, and the damper is like, I think $80. If I get any problems, I can throw a new one in, and it's easy peasy. It's kind of I'm a set and forget kind of guy, so this works really well for me. Other than that, yeah, Dior crankset. It's a pretty simple bike. That's kind of why I like hardtails. And the brakes are the Tektro Orions. I have grown to really love these brakes. I was a little skeptical because they're Tektros and you hear horror stories and all that stuff that they're going to be bad and awful, but honestly, as long as you bleed them and keep them bled well, they are really, really good. So let's go for a ride, and I'll chat a little bit more about the bike. Alrighty, so all right, so we'll head down U of L, and yeah, I'll have a little talk about the bike. What I'm planning on changing so far, the only other plan is the tires. So I mentioned I'm a big fan of those Continentals I've got on the Trans, and yeah, I think this bike's gonna get the same tires when these are gone. Yeah, this comes stock with bear paw hubs. Haven't heard much about them, but they've been really like bulletproof. Yeah, other than like the hubs have been great. The bike just in general has been awesome. I did add some dampening to the front. Let's go on the main trail. I added some of that Jaguar hose dampening to make the bike a little bit quieter. Especially on these chattery sections. But yeah, so those are the only changes. Yeah, really like the bike. So I got this bike kind of because it would be a really good Lethbridge bike. We've got some great single track here that doesn't need a ton of bike. I can ride the hardest trails here and it is fine. Eats them up. So Let's go this way here. Yeah, it's a big 150 mil fork, which is almost overkill here. Like you could, like I said in the other video, you can get away with the cross-country bike here, but I like downhill, so I got more of a downhill-ish bike. So I was riding for a while. I was riding my Trance, and then I had that old Sasquatch that I mentioned in the other video. It was like a 2010 era Sasquatch. That was my backup bike, and I started to change a bunch on that. Like I put a dropper post on it and wider bars and tried to kind of modernize it, but honestly the answer was a new bike. So here we are, new bike, and I couldn't be happier. So I did pick this bike because it is good. It's an excellent Lethbridge bike. Pedals well because it's a hardtail, but also if I'm waiting for some parts on my Trance or whatever, I can take this and I can ride single and double black trails in the mountains. It's a very capable bike. The geometry is very modern. A 64 degree head tube angle and a 76 seat tube. It's a 29er. It's an awesome bike. So I wouldn't hesitate to take this down some pretty difficult trails, and it'd beat me up more, but I'd be fine. I wouldn't be underbiked or anything like that, terribly underbiked, other than the whole hardtail thing. But yeah, so picked up this bike. It's yeah, it kind of acts as my backup to my Trance, or if I'm planning on riding some more kind of chill trails in the mountains, I might take this bike, or if I just want to switch things up. I've had this down some single black diamonds in the mountains with really chattery kind of stuff, and it's been awesome. Yeah, and then I have had it on all the Lethbridge trails, and again, it's been great. Suits the terrain well, but I just wish I had a little bit more tire, just because these tires are great, the Hans Dumps, but they're just kind of like a jack of all, master of none, and I want something a little more downhilly. So yeah, but yeah, that's kind of why I got this bike. So it's like my secondary bike, but it's if I could only ride in Lethbridge, I would probably just have this bike and not the Trance. But I like to ride other places. I like to switch things up, and it's really nice having two bikes that are equally as capable. So yeah, can't think of a few more things to say. Let's pause for a minute because these cars are kind of loud. All right. Alrighty. Yeah, so that's the Torrent in a nutshell. Yeah, the Sasquatch that I had, it was a great bike, but when I took it to the mountains, it didn't climb how I really liked it, and that was kind of the main reason why I got rid of it. It just didn't really fit the bill. So yeah, would I like the steel version of this bike better? Probably. It'd be a little bit more. The steel ones come with better forks and just kind of better drivetrains and stuff altogether, but and better brakes. I think that comes with the slates and everything, but really these brakes are fantastic. The fork's been surprisingly amazing. Really like it. So I've got no real reason to upgrade to one. Maybe as time goes by, it'd be pretty cool to throw like a really nice fork on here, but am I truly gonna notice the difference spending like $1,000 on a fork? Probably not. But yeah, I think that's it. anyways, I'm gonna pedal up, and you guys have a good one. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Okay, cheers guys. Oh, and if you have any questions about the bike, let me know. Cheers.